All right, guys, we are back and we're diving into the second half of the Shay Howe series, learning HTML and CSS. Lesson number 7, setting backgrounds and gradients. The backgrounds and gradients really do play a big part in shaping your website's aesthetic appeal. You want to make sure your background and gradients are consistent, fit the bill for what you're trying to convey, look good in general. So you definitely want to make sure you have a good understanding of the layout and how to apply these backgrounds and gradients. I'm going to dive in here, see what I find out, and then hit you with the hard facts that I come back with. Alright guys, I just wrapped up lesson number 7 of Shay Howe series, learning HTML and CSS. It is called Backgrounds and Gradients. He lays out the different options for backgrounds, which are images, pictures, colors, and then gradients. The first one he goes through is colors, because that is your kind of most basic background. So colors can be applied to the entire background. One thing that is mentioned is that some colors don't necessarily go with all of the browsers, but he recommends to have a fallback color just in case. Just like the fonts, there's a list of colors that is acceptable and used on all web browsers. And so if you're using kind of a funky new age color, then it's best to have a default color in case the browser can't pick it up, and then it'll just default to the default color rather than just leaving it blank, which would probably look terrible. So you got colors. There's also colors also have a ability to have transparency to them. So RGBA is the color RGB, and then the A is the transparency channel. So you can create transparency based off 0.1 up to 1. The 1 is full vision, and then the 0.1 is the high transparency. Now you've got also a way to control your colors with a gradient. So a gradient is shifting from one color to another color over a span of certain width and height. You can have gradients going from top to bottom, from left to right, from inside to outside. You can really mix and match the gradients depending on what you're looking for. I think gradients tend to be an older web style these days. They're not used as frequently, but it is good to know how to use them, and I'm sure in some cases they are still applicable. And the third type of background will be images or pictures. So pictures come down to how they are installed on the page. So they by default go to the top left corner of the page, but you can control them how you'd like them to be seen. There's repeat on the x-axis. You can have it repeat on the y-axis. You can have no repeat. And then from there, you're going to want to control your image. So you want to clip it, expand it, keep its original dimensions so it doesn't get distorted. You can also have multiple images now with CSS3. So you can have images in the back and the front overlaying each other. Just go through all the ways to control and manipulate these images. It's good information overall. It's very detailed and very thorough. These lessons are always well written, and they are pretty lengthy, so I always do recommend going through a good overview before you dive into them. But good solid information, and good to have these articles as a resource to reference. Obviously, I'm not going to remember everything that's in this article, but knowing where to go when I do have a question about gradients or colors or laying out images is good to know. So that was lesson number 7, setting background images and gradients. And now we're moving on to lesson number 8.